Everybody, I have some good news. It is a rare occasion that I get to say this, that Reddit is mad at somebody who isn't me. Today, they are mad at your man and my man, our friend, Nik Nocturnal, because this is from R Hardcore, who, I'll tell you what, they're not big fans of me either. I'll tell you a little bit about them in a minute. One of the most salty, negative cesspools on the internet. Everybody in this subreddit very, very badly needs to just take a deep breath and let it go. It's just music, people. Now, I see that they're mad at Nik Nocturnal. Let's find out why. Apparently, it's in reference to this video here that he did. Saw it in my recommended, but I haven't watched it yet. People who look for things to be mad about will always find them. That's what it is. R Hardcore on Reddit is just one of these groups of people who are perpetually mad about everything, and also some of the least hardcore people that you could imagine. In other words, like, when I think about the people who are in R Hardcore on Reddit, they're the exact opposite of the type of people that I would expect to have ever seen, you know, Cold as Life and Shattered Realm or something back in the day. Like, arguing on Reddit about hardcore is like the softest thing you could ever possibly do. The exact opposite of hardcore. That's right. Born mad, die mad. That's right. Real hardcore people don't go to Reddit. They argue in real life. That's right. If you want to fight over trivial bullshit, you do it in person, not on Reddit. If you want to beef over a record collection or a bitch, you square up at a show, not in the comment section on Reddit. But anyway, let's see what it's all about. Let's see what Nik did that could possibly have gotten him canceled by R Hardcore. This video is called Spotify's Metal Breakdowns List is Painful.
My friends, I just discovered the craziest thing in the world. Caleb, insert anticipation on screen.
Anticipation.
It finally happened. And I have zero expectations about this, but I still can't wait to get disappointed. Because Spoopafoo did what I thought was the impossible for them. They created a playlist for Breakdown called The Breakdown. It's
okay, look at that. They did it. They finally answered the call. They created a playlist called The Breakdown. Is that Scowl? Scowl is a cool band, but they're one of those bands that's like hardcore for people who don't like hardcore. You know, the kind of people that write about hardcore on Pitchfork. So, of course, they would have Scowl on the cover, not, you know, Sworn Enemy or something like that. No disrespect to Scowl. It's what I would expect. That's all. But let's check it out.
It's a newer playlist. It has 100 songs. And damn straight, we're going to be reviewing the hell out of this. Now,
okay,
I don't know who the fun teen drama band is on the top of the playlist, but I don't know who they are, and I'm already upset that it's not...
Okay, I'm sure they're already mad at Nik for not knowing who Scowl is.
It's not Dark or Lorna Shore or Slaughter to Prevail, but we're going to see what we got here, my friend.
Okay.
I've listened to a breakdown here and there. A little bit of a breakdown. A connoisseur.
I'm somewhat of a breakdown fan myself. Insert Willem Dafoe meme.
But they literally describe this as open the pit. So this isn't like an emotional breakdown playlist. I might have an emotional breakdown going through this because Spotify, and they ruin everything. But the purpose of this playlist is very clear. It's to open.
I'll tell you what, Spotify's editorial playlists are whack as hell. Like, let's see, Spotify old school hardcore playlist. Anytime they touch, yeah, okay, let's see here. Okay, shout out to the Spotify DevOps team here. Nice work, everybody. Trying to check out your playlist. No luck. No luck. Shout out to Spotify's DevOps teams. Womp womp. Well, I was going to show you how whack their old school hardcore playlist is, because it probably has Dashboard Confessional on it or something like that. But it can't even do it because their goddamn SREs can't do their job.
I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom.
Okay.
Everyone close their eyes. Okay, everyone close their eyes. Don't worry. The scary thing won't show up on your screen. Okay, so close your eyes. We're going to scroll on the bottom together. Okay, ready? Okay, scroll on the bottom. No one look. Don't fucking cheat,
no
bro.
spoilers.
Okay, we can look. Ready? We can look. Okay. Starting the playlist off, I'm assuming I know every one of these songs because breakdowns for life. Starting at...
Now, here's the part that I think they're upset about. I legitimately haven't watched this. I haven't read the Reddit thread. I know nothing about this, but here's my guess. Nik said he was expecting Lorna Shore, Slaughter to Prevail, stuff like that on this playlist, which I understand because that is what breakdowns are synonymous with now, right? Like, breakdowns came from hardcore, from, you know, Bad Brains and stuff like that. But at this point, breakdowns are like a metal, you know, metalcore, deathcore kind of thing. And my guess is that this is probably going to be a bunch of like Pitchfork approved hardcore. And they're going to be mad that Nik, the metal guy, doesn't think that whatever fucking Pitchfork hardcore band that's cool this week is the best thing ever.
Number 100, Bad Blood. What is Bad Blood?
I don't know who Bad Blood is either. But it sounds like
Where's the
hardcore
breakdown?
for sure.
I'm only going to judge these songs based on their breakdowns, by the way. That's literally the title of the playlist. Okay, next. Bite the Hand. Yum. It's like getting like punk hardcore vibes. Where's the breakdown?
That's right. Where's the breakdown? Come on, people. Where's the breakdown? That's the question we're all asking.
Okay, this is okay, but like what are these bands? We're not going to get any breakdowns, are we?
I've never heard of this band either.
How the fuck do you title the thing said open up this pit for what? Acid? Like, this is fun.
I mean, I gotta admit, he's right. Obviously, I come from the hardcore scene and I love hardcore. I don't know who Bent Blue is, but this band has no bit, or at least this song has no business being on a breakdown playlist. If you're gonna do a hardcore breakdown playlist, it's gotta have Hatebreed, Ramallah, Sworn Enemy, Shattered Realm, Madball, fucking Bulldoze, First Blood. That's what you gotta have. You can't have this fucking Pitchfork shit on here.
I like this. This music's fine, but why? Come on, you call this breakdown? Enemy.
I love the look on his face here. He looks like, I understand, obviously he's playing it up for the sake of this video, but he looks like genuinely distressed. He's like genuinely dismayed at the cognitive dissonance of what, huh? Have you ever seen that like gif of the raccoon like trying to wash his food? It's cotton candy. He's trying to wash his food in the water and he puts it in there and it just like dissolves in his hands and he's like, what? That's Nick's expression. Like, I'm experiencing physical pain at the lack of breakdowns.
It's just a punk playlist, isn't it? I love how all these songs are still less than 3 minutes. That song's a minute. Roughed up.
Thank God.
All the small things truth bring. Is there any breakdowns on here?
He's not wrong. Are there any breakdowns in this goddamn breakdowns playlist? He's not wrong. Okay, this sounds decent.
Hey, this sounds pissed. I want to hear a good breakdown. This is fine. Earth Exit. I like Earth Exit.
Yeah, I'm on
Get out
board.
of here, bro. Infant Island.
I want this as like emotes in my Twitch chat. Like Nick's just like confused disappointment at the lack of breakdowns. I just want to send this to everyone when they ask me for the 9 millionth time if I like Glassjaw. I just want to send them this. Just like, what's wrong with you people? No, I don't like Glassjaw.
Open up this pit. Okay, come on. Breakdowns. It's the breakdown playlist.
I'm not hearing any breakdowns. This sounds like fucking Death Heaven to me.
Topical meme.
Where breakdown?
Yeah, where breakdowns.
He's not wrong.
Like Spotify. Organize your shit. Have one intern from like middle school organize your shit. It's called the breakdown for the mosh pit. I have nothing against these songs. We're only 7 songs in. I have nothing against these songs.
I would bet $1 million that whoever made this playlist is one of these people that moved to Brooklyn from like Minnesota or Kentucky or something like that, and all of a sudden decides that they have to try their very hardest to pretend that they're not from Kentucky or Minnesota. They like change their bio everywhere to say Brooklyn, and they start folding their pizza when they eat it and talking about their Metro card and all this stuff because they want nothing more than to erase any proof of the fact that they were a juggalo in middle school and that they were ever anything other than the most sophisticated New Yorker. Whoever made this playlist discovered hardcore like 1.5 years ago because they watched a Turnstile music video. Guarantee it.
So far, but you're misleading. I thought you were cool.
Transplant imposter syndrome. That's what it is.
A playlist for breakdown. What is happening? Burst. Where's the breakdown?
Riot Stairs. That's the name of a Dead Guy song, isn't it?
No breakdown there.
Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with being from Minnesota. My point is there's a specific type of person that moves from the Midwest to Brooklyn and then becomes the most insufferable type of hipster that thinks they know everything about everything. And that is the exact type of person that probably curated this playlist.
Exhibition. Wow, my English is really poor.
Okay, this sounds good. Nick's not having it. I want to just print out and frame all his disappointed faces in this video. It's I genuinely love it. It brings me, here's why I like it, because I'm just going to be real here. I cannot stand the kind of people that are into like hipster hardcore, right? The hipster hardcore people that think all this shit is hardcore, but have never listened to fucking Sworn Enemy. I finally feel validated that there's somebody else on the internet that has the same reaction. Like, what is this shit? What am I listening to? Where's the goddamn breakdowns?
Slayer breakdown.
That
Not
song
found.
sounds pretty good,
Domain.
Okay.
Slayer. Apparently Slayer's really in the fucking hardcore punk scene. This actually
It's true. There is no band that's been ripped off by hardcore bands more than Slayer.
sounds good, but a breakdown.
There we go. Okay. Well, I think we get the idea. Let's see what Reddit has to say about it. Well, first, before we do that, let me show you how much Reddit likes me. Here's how much R Hardcore on Reddit likes me. Here's a thread from a couple years ago. The Punk Rock MBA is a shitty YouTube channel, but not for the reasons most people say it is. And this is so long. This man wrote a goddamn novel about me. It's so long that he has a TLDR, and I'm not even going to read the whole thing. So he wrote an actual essay about me, where the main thing is like that these are joke videos, right? Like the punk and metal subgenres 101, the genre tier list, ska versus new metal, which is worse. These are joke videos. And this is like several hundred words about him getting very upset about me making jokes. And then there's how many comments are on this? I don't know. You can see how many comments there are on this thread. I'm not going to read all of them, but I assume that most of these are attacking me and saying that I'm a terrible, awful person. I'm still going, by the way. I'm still going. This is how much people on our hardcore like me. Still going, people. Still going. But there we go. So all I can say is that for once, I'm not the target of our hardcore's rage and vitriol. For once, Nick is in their crosshairs. So let's see. So this person says, I love Nick and come from a metalcore background, but this is hilarious. Metalheads surprised that a breakdown playlist is mainly hardcore. Well, like I said earlier, I don't think he's wrong to think that, because yeah, breakdowns did come from hardcore, but at this point, they're really more synonymous with metalcore and deathcore, or just like metal in general. So I don't think he's wrong to sort of associate breakdowns with metal, right? So I don't think he's wrong at all. This dude sucks. Most of these YouTubers who do think Sleep Token and Lorna Shore are the heaviest shit ever. Well, I mean, Lorna Shore is pretty fucking heavy. If you don't like Lorna Shore, that's totally fine. But they're pretty fucking heavy. So I don't know. I think Lorna Shore is pretty goddamn heavy. Nick's fucking annoying. He should listen to some Gaza. The most annoying part is that he starts listening to a song 5 seconds in, asks, where's the breakdown? Very interesting. Yeah, he listened to all of it and just cut it down for the video, you buffoon. It's very interesting to me. This is always the number one comment, you know, with any kind of reaction videos, like, shut up and listen to the song. Shut up. Why are you talking instead of listening to the song play? Very interesting. This dude is Oprah for all the dorks who referred to themselves as gentlemen a decade ago. Well, I'll tell you what, there is some truth to that, and I'll tell you why. Because Oprah is rich as fuck. And I don't know how much money Nick has in the bank, but I have an idea of how much he makes from his YouTube channel. And let me tell you, Nick might not have Oprah money, but he's probably fucking rich. Unlike all you goddamn losers on Reddit. You can talk shit all you want, but Nick is counting his fucking stacks. This guy knows nothing about metal. Not gonna lie, he's not wrong. Giving the playlist that name and then just putting a bunch of punk on it is just dumb. See, I agree with that. Isn't this guy kind of like the Anthony Fantano of deathcore? Why is he even being mentioned here? Well, the Anthony Fantano of deathcore, if you mean, well, see, here's the thing. Nick for sure is the most important, influential person right now. When it comes to like modern metal, Nick is the most influential person. So in the sense that, like, I would say Anthony Fantano is probably the most influential person in sort of indie criticism, I guess. You know, Nick is that for like modern metal. Absolutely. So this person probably means that as an insult, but I mean it as a compliment. I think Fantano's great. I think Nick is great. I'm on board with both of them. It's always fun how the sub is constantly fucking annoying over the dumbest things, where in reality, people are a lot more chill. And in my experience, there's a lot of overlap between modern metal and hardcore fans. Yeah, I mean, this sub is like one of the most like, okay, imagine this. Like, so you know how like a black hole, they say that a black hole is like the entire mass of the universe and like an amount of matter that could fit on the head of a pin or something like that. I feel like our hardcore is that for butthurt. If you just condensed, if you somehow like sucked all the butthurt and like nerd rage out of the entire universe and concentrated it into like 2 particles of matter, that's what our hardcore would be. Just the absolute most concentrated essence of butthurt. Imagine my shock that someone was surprised a playlist about breakdowns didn't have many songs with actual breakdowns. I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. This is why metal can't get anywhere, because we're always shitting on one another. I mean, I agree. And like, look, like I said, Nick's not wrong. This is a perfectly fine, like, you know, hardcore punk playlist. I'll say hardcore punk because that's a term that you always hear used by like pitchfork people that want to differentiate it from, you know, what they consider to be the bad kind of hardcore, which is the kind I like, you know, Shattered Realm and Sworn Enemy and Ramallah and shit like that. So they say hardcore punk because, you know, they think all the bands that I like are bad. And I feel like that's kind of our hardcore people too. I think that there are hardcore people who don't actually like hardcore. Yeah, the Taco Bell commercial core, exactly. Exactly. The kind of people who discovered hardcore like 2 years ago from TikTok, and the kind of people who are offended when hardcore is actually hard. That's my take on our hardcore people. I gotta say, I'm on Nick's side on this one. You know, obviously Nick doesn't know anything about hardcore. That's okay. Nick did nothing wrong. Justice for Nick. That's what I say. I will not stop until we have justice for Nick. No justice, no peace. I will take to the streets. I'll throw Molotov cocktails at the federal building. I will not rest until I have justice for Nick. And to all the people of our hardcore, just deep breaths. The opinions of random people on the internet, not that big of a deal. Just let it go. Let it go. That's my advice. That's my advice. Nick did nothing.